All right. Well, as Yang said, we are Mycocycle. I'm happy to represent us today for everybody. We like to say that we're using nature's remediator mycelium to transform waste into value or trash to treasure. So I don't think I need to spend too much time on this. I think everyone understands the waste struggles that we face today, but here are some of the numbers on industrial waste, C&D waste, and some other stuff that we kind of work with and deal with on a daily basis. Getting into what our solution is. So we are using mycelium to treat individual waste streams that are hard to recycle or can't be recycled today. That mycelium is remediating those waste streams and then also creating a composite byproduct that we're then utilizing as a raw material, feeding into compounding and manufacturing markets. So you can see there's a top example there, the carpet into the Mycocycle C infill. So we actually have a multi-year offtake agreement with Field Turf. They are going to start utilizing a brand new line of infill that they've created partly with our composite material as part of the formulation. They'll be going into its first field, I think, in the next couple of weeks. And then we have that multi-year agreement, multi-million-dollar agreement with them to continue to supply the material so they can create that infill. We are also in product testing with pallets from rubber end-of-life tires. We've seen some real performance in that. I think that is something to hammer on as well, is that not only are we able to replace materials in these products, but we're able to outperform them in a lot of cases. You can see on the bottom, there's other material streams that we're working with. We're currently in R&D with. So it's kind of a wider and wider focus of both built environment and commercial waste. I think everyone knows the traditional landfill process today. To showcase our process, we would be taking the waste. What you see there on the bottom, that container is called a container. It's a bioprocessing unit. It can process 100 to 150 tons a year. It's really meant for pilot scale, but essentially it's a low carbon. We put the mycelium, we mix it with the material, and the mycelium does its thing. There's no intervention needed there. It takes about 2 weeks for the process to complete in that container. And then you see the picture of the resulting material, which we then finish to kill off the mycelium and make it inert, and then we turn it into a powder and provide it to compounders and manufacturers to be put into new product. We're focused on 3 things, right? Performance, low carbon materials, and circular solutions. So we want to make sure that what we're doing is not only sustainable, but again, that the material that we're providing at the end of the day is at performance level or outperforming what we're looking to replace. In the case of the infill that we've created, we actually replaced rubber completely. So the rubber is no longer used in that infill. The mycelium actually is more heat resistant than the rubber and actually more durable and impact resistant than the rubber. So it was quite nice for us to find out that it was not just a filler, right? It's actually performance enhancing. Just an idea of where we are and our scale and our process. We've had pre-seed, seed round, and we're now wrapping up our Series A round of financing. And so, you can obviously understand that that's been a little bit of a struggle in this current environment, but we are finalizing that and then thankful to kind of get that underway and closed out. And then we're looking towards 2029 to really be where we want to be and probably exit. This speaks to why we're here. We're based in Illinois, but we're part of this Michigan hub because we're trying to expand into different markets, right? And we want to take a regional approach with that. We want to treat the waste that's there, process it there, and then be able to provide it to compounders, manufacturers in that market, that region, so that we can cut down on the carbon emissions as much as possible and logistical costs as well. Just highlighting the team that we have here. We have decades and decades of experience in both the built environment and waste and recycling space. We have a ton of great advisors. We're very fortunate. And finally, call to action. We're looking for partnerships, feedstock suppliers, so people who have the waste that they don't have a solution for, compounders and manufacturing customers that we can sell our finished material to, and then waste and recycling focused collaborations such as this, funding, public-private partnerships, private company R&D funding, higher education and research opportunities, and then lastly, brand awareness, sharing our story and getting the word out. And we finish with imagine a world without waste.